Do you know how it feels to become a world champion? The Formula One world champion?
It's the greatest feeling in the world. You know, it's what I live. It's what I live my whole life for. It's what I wake up and train for.
Dass ich glücklich bin, denke ich, erwartet jeder. Das ist so. Jetzt wird gefeiert.
I'm Gerhard from the ref team, and I present you today two guys that have become champions for 7 times. Lewis Hamilton just gained his 7th title, and he equaled Michael Schumacher's record, who had been the most successful driver for so many years. But who is really the best driver? I know them both, so let's start analyzing. Lewis Hamilton, he started karting in 1993 when he was 8 years old. And even as his family was quite poor, he got a lot of support from them.
Racing is such an expensive sport, and we had no money. My dad had 4 jobs just to keep me karting. I started to win more and more and more. Won my first British Championship in my 2nd year, and then I met Ron Dennis when I was 10. That was when I was 10. I met Ron Dennis.
Ron Dennis, the boss of the McLaren Formula One team, he became his mentor. And in 2007, he offered him a cockpit in his F1 team. Reigning champion Fernando Alonso was a teammate of Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren team. And from the start of the first race, Lewis challenged Alonso quite successfully.
It's a steep learning curve for me, but I'm enjoying it. As I said, I love it.
It's doing well so far, very good, and I think surprised everybody.
If I told you my secret, then there wouldn't be a secret.
The next year, Lewis Hamilton won his first championship, leaving it to the last lap of the last race.
I just kept pushing the whole way, even to the last lap. Even the last lap I was in position 6, and I had to finish 5th. And then right up to the last corner, I just kept going and believing. And I overtook some guy at the last corner and I won the world championship. So it's never over until it's over.
And how did Michael Schumacher win his first title? Not having a strong promoter in his back, it took him a little bit long. When Michael Schumacher came to Formula One in 1991, there was a bunch of really great drivers around. Ayrton Senna, Alain Prost, Nelson Piquet, Nigel Mansell, all the heroes were racing. The Benetton team contracted the young German. It took him 3 years, but then he won the championship 2 times in a row.
We feel that was the right guy for us. You know, the team was very young, the team needed growing, and was quite simple thinking about to grow with some good potential driver.
Michael Schumacher's way to his first title was much more challenging compared to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis, he had a very long wait after his first title. For 4 years, he chased success, but he was still too young to give up.
I want to be the best Formula One driver there is, and to do that, I have to have the best team, and you have to be with people that want to be the best.
He joined Mercedes. The German team had invested a lot to succeed in Formula One. After the race series entered a completely new era with the change to hybrid engines in 2014. And Hamilton's success appeared quickly. He became champion in 2014 and in 2015. And again, Michael Schumacher's way to his next title was less direct. He moved to Ferrari. The Italian team hadn't won a championship in 20 years. So Michael, besides driving, he started to rebuild the team. For example, he persuaded Ross Brawn, the technician from the Benetton team, to join him at Ferrari.
Lots of drivers are fast, but I don't think many drivers, or I don't think any drivers in Formula One have the collection of skills and abilities that he has.
And after 5 years, his hard work, it paid off. Schumacher won the first championship for Ferrari in 2000. 4 more titles followed. 2006, he left Ferrari and retired from Formula One.
Was an Emotionen und sich über die Jahre letzten Endes aufgebaut hat, das ist einzigartig. Ich glaube nicht, dass es das in irgendeiner anderen Sportart auf irgendeine Art und Weise auf diesem Niveau, auf dem wir unseren Sport betreiben, je gegeben hat.
For Lewis Hamilton, after winning his first titles with Mercedes, life got hard. His teammate Nico Rosberg was putting more and more pressure on him. And under pressure, Hamilton started to make mistakes. The champion quite tongue-tied.
Well, Nico did a great job, and I kind of know why, but I won't perhaps say. But yeah, he did a great job, and you know.
Wir sind Weltmeister!
In 2016, Nico Rosberg won the championship with Mercedes. He is the only driver to be partnered both with Schumacher and Hamilton. He worked 7 years for Mercedes, from 2010 to 2012, at the side of Michael Schumacher, who had his short and unsuccessful comeback at this time, and in 2013, his childhood friend Lewis Hamilton entered the team.
Das ist echt crazy. Also wir waren damals 13, 14, da waren wir ja beste Freunde, als wir klein waren im Go-Kart und sind im Urlaub geflogen, in Griechenland, saßen dann da beim Dinner und haben gesagt, boah, stell mal vor, wenn wir eines Tages beide in dem besten Auto sind und die WM fahren oder so. Völlig unrealistisch.
After winning the championship, Nico Rosberg retired from Formula One. But I think he could be the right guy to talk with him about who is really the best driver.
Lewis, glaube ich, hat ein bisschen mehr Naturtalent. Noch ein bisschen mehr und vielleicht das größte aller Zeiten in der Formel 1. Also muss er sein, ne? Das größte aller Zeiten, Naturtalent in der Formel 1. Michael auf der anderen Seite hat den Unterschied gemacht als Allrounder. Also mit seiner unglaublichen akribischen Arbeit, mit seiner Detailbesessenheit, mit seinem Team-Spirit auch, wie er schafft, ein Team mit aufzubauen. Und wie so ein Ferrari-Team, von null da so aufzubauen in so einer Erfolgsgeschichte. Und da habe ich viel mitnehmen können von ihm.
After Nico Rosberg had left, Lewis had no serious competitor in Formula One. And in his superior Mercedes car, he was cruising from victory to victory.
More relaxed, enjoying Sunday driving. Yeah.
He became champion in 2017, 2018, 2019 and 2020. And it seems that he will gather even some more titles. And then he will overtake Michael Schumacher, a driver he has always respected very much.
So at the time I got on the track and I could see Michael ahead of me and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. That's Michael Schumacher ahead. And then you push really hard to catch him, you know? He's a legend. He's won the championship 7 times, so it's quite an incredible achievement. So you feel quite privileged and honored to be in his presence, at least. And it's cool when you're racing him and you pass him. It feels even better.
Let's sum it up. Even if Lewis Hamilton is the most talented driver, I think Michael Schumacher is the most complete driver in Formula One. He can drive fast, he can build up a team, he can keep the team spirit up, and he develops the car technically very well. So he's able to win even when the competition level is very high. So maybe some of his championships count even more than the ones of Lewis Hamilton, who didn't have a challenge in some of his seasons. But Lewis Hamilton seems to have the chance to discover a lot of other aspects of life. He manages himself as a social media star, and he makes music.
To be a pop star, you have to be a singer. So I do music, but yeah, I mean, I'm all over the world. I'm traveling. I travel a lot more than any other racing driver, and I probably work a lot more than any other racing driver.
He also gets involved in campaigning sustainability. He just founded a team in the new environmentally friendly race series Extreme E.
And it's amazing that we can do so whilst raising awareness of the climate crisis.
And he's fighting for political and social issues like the Black Lives Matter movement.
Lewis has himself also experienced a lot of hardship in his life, in that sense, from racism. So it's difficult to put yourself in his shoes.
So who is really the most thrilling guy? Michael Schumacher or Lewis Hamilton? To be honest, I'm quite happy that I had the chance to meet them both. And what I learned from these guys, Lewis expressed it in some quite simple words.
If you have a goal and you have a dream of doing something, don't let anyone tell you it's not possible.
Send me your comments. What is your opinion? Who is really the best driver? Let's just continue the discussion.